All right. I did want to give you a quick update on some real time setup that I have going on. I watched this fall on the SPY all the way down. I'm getting a real nice. We're coming off the res. Today is nowhere near as strong as yesterday, but as you see, we've been upward trending all morning since the morning started. We had a nice sell off right here. Looks like the sell off's about to end. We got a nice little cross here. Typically, I like to let it go below the histogram. Today, I kind of let it. I jumped in to see what it's going to do. I'm hoping that we get some upward trend on this thing. You see it bounced off, so that's not a good. That's a false signal. False signal. I should have waited for the first like confirmed green candle, but the one I purchased is a 4-day. So I'm gonna wait for the next uptrend on the green because we're getting more red. So it didn't really cross. I really should have waited for it to go below the histogram. That could have been a false start on my part. Another thing that kind of get kind of a giveaway from me over here is on the 5 minute. These lines are about to cross in the 5 minute anyway, which means weakness. I gotta pay attention to that part. But I'm gonna play this out just because it's paper money to see how I should handle this going forward. But I am seeing some big weakness, like this tanking. But I'm gonna hold tight on it because I want to see if this bounces back. But what I did do for you to see what I did jump in on the trade. I filled on. Let's see. I did buy the 10 contracts of the 434 call. It filled at 102. So once that thing kind of pumps up and goes up in value, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. But once it goes up in value, I'm gonna offload that sucker. So I'm gonna create an alert. What I can do is just create an alert to watch it since I know what I bought. So I'll just come in here and go to the calls. I think the 5, and I bought a 34. So I'll just right click on buy and say create alert. And see, it's dropped down pretty good. So once it gets back over, maybe 205, I wanna know above. Yeah, when it gets to get above, give me an alert. I want to see, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. As soon as it spikes up, I'm gonna create a condition. So now on my alerts, I got alert here that'll let me know how we're looking. I don't like that number, being that we filled it 202, but it's cool. We're gonna ride this out and take a look at it. Take a look at what we got. Like, see, it filled at 102. So as long as I sell it over 102 at some point, then it's worth kind of getting out the trade. So we'll see. Stay tuned. All right, so definitely wanted to give another quick update. So you see what happened here. It touched it, but you see it tank down. Like, this is better entries. Entries are better way down below the histogram. If you it bounced off of it. It might have tested it, man. But all it did was prove that it's just going to bust through that floor. That was a false start. Another indicator was like it was about to cross over here. So I should have just waited. So now we're on a zero cross. Yeah, so I should have just waited for that to happen before I got in. So because of that, rookie move, because of that rookie move, now you see I'm down. I'm down $1.88. So I need this to get above 205 before I sell, so I can at least break even on the trade. But it'll go up. I'm hoping. I'm optimistic that this will rally up today and get back above this level into the 330, 434 levels. So I can offload this sucker. If not, thank God it's a day trade, a paper money trade. But yeah, I'm learning though. I see I need to get confirmation of a truly green candle bar before I get in. That's the first thing. And two, don't do entries where it touches the histogram. Wait for the cross under the zero line for better entries. Because see, now I'm getting some green, which means it's going to kind of push up. Right now it's at 195. I'm sitting on 194 now, so a couple strong. Like if I get this again to happen over here, where this kind of pushes up, I can definitely make some money off this cross. It's a beautiful cross right here. And here, like it crossed it, but you see, it's a fake cross on the 5 minute, which is great. So all this noise, if the market can push through there, let's look and see what the market looks like over here. Let's see what it looks like. Quotes, yeah. So you see, like this is what I like to see. Like all the sectors are still green. Healthcare is struggling a little bit, but at least they're all green. The VIX is red. Good, that's good. Overall market health is still all green across the pipe. So we're just gonna wait and take a look at this, my alerts, and wait for this thing to cross 200 bucks. Get it like 210. That'd be perfect selling point. I can at least make a little money. Not a lot, but it'll be a nice little win. I'll ride the wave of the blue, of the green, and kind of see what happens. But yeah, this is an example of false entry, man. I did a false entry. Cross is coming. I got two greens, so I'm just gonna wait. Watch this price go up. It's dropped too much for me now. I gotta get a nice, good ride of no crazy. I just gotta get it to kind of push through them barriers and get on up, and then I'll be very extremely happy to enjoy this ride. This ride up will be great. Stay tuned. All right, so now I'll give you another update midday. I got a little excited because things worked out in my favor. So I actually went back in and around 12 o'clock, because things tend to be down at lunchtime. So I went in and I got in, as you see, lower prices. So I noticed there's a trend with under 200. So I filled at 197, about 10 more. And then it fell some more, so about 10 more at $1.93, $1.93 or $193, with the intention of averaging down. So I'm hoping I can get a good. My average is like now it's like what, $1.95. So I'm hoping to sell at 200. It's my goal, my plan. If you look now, the price for this particular option that I'm trading is it's got fallen a little bit. It's now at $1.85. So I'm still losing value. So I'm gonna try to close this gap and buy another one, buy about 10 more. So let's do that real quick. This is the beauty of doing paper money. You can kind of feel your way through things, right? So let me buy 10 more just to see what the ripple effect would be. So I'm gonna come in here. Same option. We're buying the July 26th. I like to do about 4 to 5 days out. Same one, but we're going to hit it again because it's $1.85 for a buy. For now, I've just been playing around with 10s. There's lots of 10, but you see it's $1.85. So let's get that real quick before it changes mind. As we see the order, see, is it filled yet? No, it hasn't. It filled. So we got our order filled. So that's great. Yay. Okay, so now you see I got another one, 3 minutes till 1. So I'm hoping between now and power hour it's going to spike up. But now I got it at $1.85. So if I go in here, $1.85, calculate. My average cost is now like $1.92. Sweet. So this should showcase for me at the end of the day if I kind of hover over the call. I now own 30 of them, and as you see, my price now is $1.91. So I don't need that website. I like to kind of see what my price would be before. So now I'm at $1.91. So what I'm gonna do now is just go to my working order and let's see if we can edit it. And instead of 205, I'll just try to get it 200 or maybe 201. I'll be greedy. Let's see how we land after one. Now I'm sticking 205. Let's just kind of see what this thing does. Like I said, I've only locked up about like $7,000, so it's quite a bit. I wouldn't, in the real world, I probably wouldn't put this much into it. I would probably stick around $4,000, so about half this lot. Allotments, I'll probably do lots of 5, but just for learning purposes, make sure the strategy works. I'm gonna roll with it, and we're gonna sell all of it. Got offload all of it. So now the quantity of 30 for 205. So I'm gonna sell, and we're gonna see what happens. So now that's locked in without working. So let me go over here and look. We now have a sell order for 30 at the price of 205. But let's see how realistic this is. Let's go back over here and kind of see like how realistic it would be to do this plan. So I'm just gonna go over here, and it's still dropping. It's $1.81, so that sucks, but it's okay. Let's look at it on the chart. So to red. All right, let's see what we got. Go back over here, and now we're looking at it from this point of view. You see it's tanking pretty hard back to this level. I'm hoping it's gonna bounce back up about halfway up. See, 207 right now is the most realistic price. 207 at its highest. If it peaks back up, I'm sure it might. Definitely not gonna get 2.0. So now I'm looking at it, I'll probably offload this thing for like 200, the $200. So let me go tweak the order one more time. We'll just tweak it. I'll just do it for 200. Just be done with it, and sell it all for 2. And that way we'll make a profit off of this. Hopefully, if the market goes back up. Let's see how the market looks. Let's look over at our market watch, and we'll just kind of look at things. So go to quotes and just kind of look. So the overall market still looks fine. We actually got some momentum, green momentums. I hope it, well, okay, turn red, but it's still green all here. And then if you look over at all the futures, we're still up on all of them. So this option might still work its way back up. It's at $1.83, which is not my favorite number in the world, but all it's going to take is a stop price to move up a little bit, and we should be in a better situation with this particular trade. So we're just going to let it do its thing and see what it does. Now, alerts are a big deal for me, so I like to see things. So you see it's at $1.85. I'm trying to get I'm watching to see if it gets over. So now I'm a little bit, I'm gonna replace this one with the 200. So I'll replace that order, and now that I'm replacing it. So once we get to 200, we're gonna let all this go. I'm gonna put a comment in there so I don't remember. Yeah, I'm practicing with alerts. So this is let's see. Oh yeah, so now let me turn this one back on. I want to know if we drop real low again. So I'm gonna do a similar alert, and that way I can crank this one back up. So what that does is, if right now it's really low, but it's about to cross back up, I'm hoping we get one more like strong rally, things back up. If we get anywhere near here again, the order should fill. But SPY has fallen quite a bit. Let's go look here. It's because SPY needs to push a little closer to 434. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, it looks like it can't bust. It needs to bust back through this line is what it needs to do. But we shall see. Yeah. So let me just do one more thing here. One thing I want to show you real quick too is that spend a lot of time showing you the setup on my desktop, but you can monitor this stuff on your phone too. So let me show you real quick from the phone. So you see here on this app, I'm watching the same watch list that I always do. I created one called Spy Day Trade, and on here, the same alerts that I created on the desktop app, I also can be aware of them on the app. So if you just press this little alert bell, you see I have a alert that's going to let me know if this particular option, this call option, gets to the value of $200 or $2. It's at $1.90 now. We still got roughly 3 hours left in the trading day. So I'm hoping it will gain another 10 cent. 10 cent will really lock in some profits. It'll be a really good trading day. But the good news is that you can put these alerts in, and you don't have to sit in front of the computer. I have another alert that I created for. If you look at these triggered ones, you see I have ones in here around the MACD, which is awesome because I don't have to sit and wait for an entry opportunity for a particular option. I'll just say, hey, if it gets to a certain point on the MCAD, MACD on the MACD, let me know, and then I'll start watching charts and looking at things to decide my entry points. But yeah, the biggest thing I'm watching right now is just I really want this thing to get to $2 so I can get out of it before the day goes. Then I'll have a 100% good day. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes from here. All right, there's one more update for today's live day trading of SPY. Pretty good day. Overall, we'll see on SPY. If you look here, I made $453.13. I think most of that's in my day trade. I have other plays going on with the SPY. Some of this is absorbed from, I own shares, 13 shares. So some of this is contributing to this number. But I also have some credit spreads going on too that are playing a role. But for the most part, the money's coming from day trading today on the SPY, which is pretty cool. So let's get into it. Field orders. I came in this morning. I bought 10. I did the 434, which is for the most part it stayed within 433 most of the day. So I just played off the 134 call because it was a green day, and I got filled at 203 initially on that very first order, but then I closed it out less than an hour later for 212. So I locked in profits there. Then I came back in. I got a little bit cocky around lunchtime. I got off the high of getting a win, so I jumped right back in on the same contract, and I got filled at 197. As soon as I did that, the stock price started falling. Not the stock price, but the option contract price. So what I did was I took some techniques I saw from family doing what's called price averaging down, because the overall trend of the day is still green, right? So we only do calls. So I figured, ride the wave a little bit down based on some price levels, which I'll show in a minute. And I just kind of wrote them down, and so I filled it 10 more. It's just an easy number to put in, so I use 10 for everything, as you can see. And I just filled it, 193, and then I noticed the price dropped some more. It dropped down to like 185. I was like, uh-oh. So instead of me panicking, I just jumped in another 10, so I ended up getting 30 shares. So I do averaging calculator. I did this before I bought it, so I just kind of quickly typed this in. This is on calendar.net. It just makes it easy. You can comma delimited some numbers, and it hit the button and it spits out the average. And I like to do this before I actually put an order, so I can kind of see, like, if I was to buy this around this price, like what would become of my trade price for this option, and that gives me a new level of like if I get anything over this, it would be the overall trade would be a profitable. So there's another one out there. I forgot what the name of this site is. It's onlinecalculator.org or whatever. But that's what I like. But I've been 100% trading on the desktop web tab, application with the desktop application installed. And but since I'm paper trading this right now with my paper money, I just use this to kick off all my orders while my actual app is in live mode. I just feel like I'll probably get the most fastest network data feed, market feeds on live. So I just do live mode. But what drove the whole day is that the first thing I check is, how are all of the markets? How are the Fortune 500? How's the Nasdaq? How's the Russell? How's the Dow Jones? Matter of fact, this morning the Nasdaq was actually down, I guess, a couple points. So I was already thinking like, okay, well, I probably won't trade today because the market's not, all green. But it ended up getting all green. So I decided to jump in and start trading. The next thing was I check another wish list that I created, or watch list. I named it SPY Day Trade, but it can be whatever you want to call it. But I learned this from Options Millionaire. When I watch his live trades, he uses Trading View. Let me see, Trading View as his system of choice for. I'll bring it up. Trading View. He uses Trading View. And he looks at all his charts and everything. And this is a great platform. It's just, you get what you got for free. You could pay for more stuff, but that's what he likes to use. But regardless, all of these symbols I got by looking at his watch lists on the side. So feel free to check them out. But these are all sectors of the market: the technology sector, financial sector, the energy sector, the healthcare. This gives you an idea of how everything's looking, and so just like over here, I was like, all right, everything's green. I look over here at net change, and I see this is all green too, right? So these are indications to me like this will get day-to-day trade. It's going to overall it will go up. You want sell-off. Sell-off's great. That's points of entry, and then you can get in. So once I identified that, I just looked at current stock price. And this morning it was like 433, I believe, 432, 433. So when I came in here, I looked at my option chain and kind of looked at my days to expiration. I've tried using 0 days. I got beat up. The theta hits so hard on those. If you're not right within a few hours, like that can light you up. So I might need to practice if that's a good option, in which I'll swap notes with some other family investors and traders. But I haven't on my lot when I do on-demand trading. I've been unable to make profits with this. Like I need more time to be right, and if I'm wrong, I want the ability to maybe be right. So these are way cheaper. They're in the cents. 40 cents, 8 cents. They're very cheap. But I'm pretty sure the theta, the gamma, and the vega on these are probably like out of control. If you look at the vega and the gamma, I'm sure results may vary. So you can see, like for example, on this one, the vega is 2 and the gamma is 47, versus something like what I was trading today on the 34. Like it's the vega's 20 and the vega's 8. So it's a big difference on the quality of the see, it's 2 and this is 48. So 2 and 48. I'll show you again. I was trading the 434 strike price. We see the Vegas 2 and it's 47. So 2 and 47 versus this one is 20 and 8. So the behavior of Vega and Gamma will be drastically different between these options, but significantly different priced. And like this one's 200 and currently 214, which is really pushing it versus what I traded on today. Versus something like this is like 48 cents. So yeah, results will vary on your pros and cons of what you're trading, but you can use these as day trade. I did. I used these. They cost way more, but all I care about is the profits, right? Just the profits that you lock in. So we'll see. You will probably have to buy a ton of these to make any profits. But like, I'm gonna swap notes with family to kind of see, what would make sense in doing so. And I think I got them in the same screen now. So like you see, like I said, you see that the Vegas 20 and 8 versus this one's 45 and 2. So it's like they're literally they're the opposite. They counter each other. One, the Vegas higher, the other one the Gamma's higher. So yeah, that's the biggest thing to keep in mind. The other thing I think about is the biggest critical thing for me when picking it is volume, right? Volume is critical. So you can immediately, just by eyeballing this, because we're doing calls. I don't do puts on SPY. So, look like this amazing. Look at this 132,000, 214,000. That's insane amount of volume that's on there. Versus something like what I trade today had like 16 and 11. So the big difference in volume. So like I said, I haven't given up on doing the 0 DTE SPYs on same day. But yeah, I think there's some opportunity between either something like 3 to 5 days out versus something that's like right now. The theta behavior on how it reacts to the price changing is a big difference between something that's 5 days away versus something that's going to expire in an hour or one trading day. Okay, so let's just say like today I chose to do one that's 5 days away. So I was playing around this arena. This thing that got all the way up to 218. Shoot, I could have made some more. But anyway, I'm gonna stay focused. So I've worked on this workspace. So I added a workspace. I call it Options Millionaire. I'll probably rename it to SPY or something, but I'll share this with you guys so you can follow along or use it doing your trading of the SPY. You can help yourself. But I did create a couple windows. So this window is like my main one that I mainly use it for watching the option chain and my market watch. This gives me perspective on all the sectors. It gives me some more indications, overall health of the market over here as well. And then of course, I got my charting. So when it comes to charting, I got a couple charts here. One chart is like my split on monitoring SPY in this case. I call it the red chart because it has one and one red. So if I want to see SPY, I kind of leave it here. And I keep this one active. A big indicator, which I'll show you where it is. Let me go to edit studies. If you type volume profile, this is one I've gotten to really like in my trading, especially with something like this. Both short term and long term, by the way. I use this to make decisions, to get an idea of how things look. But you see here, I added it on my right side and my left side of charting, but it gives me some good lines, right? It shows me, some based on the volume at different levels. It shows you indications of what's going on, and we're definitely in an upward trend. We're over the pivot line, and it goes all the way up. It's still going up, probably the rest of the day until power hour, which is right now. But it also kind of holds these levels. Like it's showing, the volume between here, the volume above it. It's where it's kind of been all day. You can see a line. So you really just kind of played in the sandbox right here all day with overall high trend. It was good. It's good if you're, that's good as doing that if you're trading, in options over and over all day. You can see the overall trend of the day, which is up, 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 up all day. It's still not over, but the overall trend, the overall price action stayed above the yellow line, which is very important. But you get different perspectives on the data when you look at it with different time frames. So you see on here it's holding like a 431.63, where over here it's 433. So it's probably more accurate over here, but it takes longer to get the data. So I make my decisions on the 1 minute. My family taught me that if you're doing day trading, you really react to the 1 minute. This is just more additional information for me. I don't really use the volume here. They say volume is important. I just don't use it per se as much. My sister, she really taught me how to take advantage of this MACD. I really didn't use it a whole lot before. I use my squeeze a lot, and so now, and I've only been doing this a little while, like a couple of days, but I heavily rely on this MACD with combination of my squeeze. And so, this squeeze kind of shows me what's going on. Seeing the dip and the rise, the crossover of the zero line is important. So when it comes to like entry, my sister, she taught me about, you wait until you get like the first green, or maybe like the last burgundy candle. But one thing I can, in my approach or my strategy, approach to the SPY, after doing it a little bit, I've decided for me, my entries are always below the zero line. So I don't do anything until like this right here is cheddar. Look at this right here is cheddar. If there's a cross that happens, during the day, like for instance, like the day started right here. So like right here, this is perfect entry, right? This is an entry right here. If we get that cross right there, ride that up, money. Same thing here, money. This is a little bit choppy, but even if you got it right here, that would have been money. Right here, money. So that's like several times a day, SPY just does this. And of course, what I do is I'll kind of wait for it to go down like this. And when it gets low enough, I just kind of zoom in and I want to see like what's going on. So that's when I zoom in and I wait for it to get like below the histogram. And then whenever I see a cross, that's when I'm about to get my butt in, especially if the cross happens at the same time. See right there? If it happens with a green, the first green and that, yeah, this is nothing but money up. Not to mention, this is SPY. You can also look at the actual option as well to monitor. And so what I did was I actually got two windows. I got one that's the flex grid that I have this ready to go, and you're currently looking at my option, and you notice this one has blue for the link. And the reason why that's important is because if you go back to the main screen and you go to trade, you go to the one that you're targeting. Like in this case, we're doing the 434, and we go to the buy. If you right click, you can send that option to the charts. So all you gotta do is just go to send and then go to blue, and that's it. And then once you do that, you are cooking with gas. Boom. What do you notice? I like looking at different charts. This particular one is a 5-day, 15-minute. So if you look, this is a good option to trade because it tanked. It tanked really bad. Had a really, awful day 2 days ago. But guess what? If you look at the day before, it's upward trending. It went down a little bit at the end of the day, which is power hour. It shot back up today. And it's been moving. This one's moving sideways all day. All it did, it moved sideways all day. And guess what? Even if it moves sideways all day, you can make money because sideways is up, down, right? So yeah, I just took advantage of that. This particular option today, I think right here is where it. Yeah, I think right here is where it got me. Where I got in and I was like, oops, I think I'm about to get toe up. I think it was here. Yeah, I think it was in here. I don't remember exactly when it happened. But what happened was it came down. I was hoping I was gonna get to about right here and bounce, but I started going back up. It didn't. It just kept going and going and going. I was like, oh no. So this is where I decided to average down, and you'll see those orders that I put in, which is Go right here. If you look at those orders I put in, like this is where you see those back to back, like 197, 193, 85. Yeah, that literally came because of this bad boy right here. It just kept kind of falling down. I was like, oh no. And then it started rallying back up. And I wasn't worried because like here's my levels right here, right? This is $1.78. I got filled at 185. I was refusing to do any more. And see right here, see what it says $1.99? That's where I got the number from to put in to fill right here, $1.99. Because the volume is kind of driving, and I'm certain that the volume will repeat itself. And if this is the midpoint, like this is the pivot point, and several times today it's proven that it can tons of volume up here, it'll definitely hands down reach that level again. And sure enough, like when it busts through its histogram and goes back up, it's gonna at least get back up to previous highs. So I knew the histogram will at least get back up to this point, like on top of this. So just playing off that. I mean, this thing's going for 215 now. I got it from 199. If I had got back in, I could have made some more. But anyway, don't want to get obsessed with trading. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. And I just did that all day. I haven't had a bad day yet doing this strategy. And I also haven't started doing it for real. I've been doing it with live market data with paper money. So more to come. But I think today went great. And I'll do my best to kind of talk about my strategy more. But one thing that's really, really cool about this tool that most don't do is if you look here, we're actually looking at the option in a chart. We're actually looking at the chart for this option. So I think I'm on to something. With my tweaks, I think we're good. If you look over here, you see, like I said, I might start paying attention to this. Like, did it have highs previous day, or did it kind of tank? Like, how did it look? I didn't do anything all this morning, but I'm kind of making it up as I go. Now, if we want to talk about rules, I literally just typed these today because I've been doing it a couple of days. So let's make sure we cover them all. Only trade on green days. So if I check, what does that mean? So if I check my stuff, hold on. So if I check, all green. I like triple digits. That doesn't change. I like somebody to have triple digits. If I go to my market watch, I want to see all green, except for the VIX. That's a fear index, so that should be red. But these other ones should be green. I'm not sure about this healthcare sector. I'm hoping it will turn green, but if it doesn't, it's fine. Overall, I'm happy. That's the first thing. If that's not a true statement, I probably won't trade SPY that day. I'll just look for opportunity to do some more credit spreads. But that's that. And let's look at the next rule. No trading during speeches of the Fed or the president. So I put some links down here to check the Federal Reserve website and the economic politics calendar. Yeah, if you got stuff going on that day, just don't trade. Or if you do trade, just do paper trading. Don't do your live money. No buying puts. That's for advanced trading only. I might delete this rule at some point. But doing puts on the SPY on a red day will probably take care of you. Can you do puts on the SPY on a green day? Yeah, you know what you're doing. But I don't. So I think for me, at least for now, I'm just not going to do puts. Make sure you monitor both option price and stop price via charts and alerts. So the chart stuff we talked about, I showed it to you. For the most part, you've been exposed. Alerts we haven't talked about a whole lot, but they are really cool. I've been testing them out on here, and I love them. They're pretty great. If you go to Market Watch and go to alerts, you'll see. If you go to all alerts, you'll see all my previous ones from today. So you see I've used them quite a bit. And know it or not, you can do study alerts with your targeted symbol. So if you look here, I copied and pasted the symbol for the trade, the option chain, and you see that it pulled it right up. And why is that important? Because if you can pull this up and then put an alert on it, then I don't have to sit here and stare at my computer screen for day in and day out. I can set this stuff up, walk away, And when it alerts me, I run back to my computer and make a decision. So this is one that I kind of come up with. I think that's worked out well today. So I'll send them to you guys, and you can copy and paste them in here. But basically, all I'm saying is with this rule, I'm basically saying, if the the MACD is lower than the zero line by 0.02, then alert me, let me know. And all it's saying is that if this right here is called the zero line, this pink line. So all I'm saying, instead of me staring at it, waiting for it to go down like this, what it's going to do is when the value line, which is a blue one, bust through here and get down, and see there's numbers along here. And when it gets about to right here, that's when I'm gonna get a text message or a alert on my screen or an email. All those things let me know, like, hey, you might want to be able to get in shortly. You might want to run to your computer. And then I visually watch the cross of the moving average with the live action of the change. And then of course I try to confirm with some green above here. And this better either be yellow or light blue before I actually put an entry in. And other than that, I just pray for it to go above the histogram. Blue lines to stay on top of yellow, and just let it kind of ride it up until it's time to get out. But a lot of times by then, I've already kind of made my decision about where I want to get out as far as my exit. I've already did a little analysis to figure out what price that I'm comfortable trading at or closing the deal. So that's that. Anything else? Look at all the rules. Next rule. So that's monitoring. You put the alerts in; they work really great. I put the code for my alerts. I just started playing with the alerts, so take it for what it is. Tweak it for whatever you want. But this is just some alerts. Think script alerts and they're amazing once you get them in. They show up on your phone too, so that's really cool. Other than that, let's see. Look at our rules. Okay. All right. So other than that, always check the market conditions before entry. So just make sure everything's still green before you just jump right in. Like I said, the contracts I pick typically are 3 to 5 days out because I want to be aware of my both the Vega and Gamma of the Greeks to be aware of. They're literally the opposite of each other. If you buy a really cheap one versus one that's for a couple of days, and then the target option, and one of these I say is the reaction. How drastically the reaction will be if the stock price changes. It's how drastic the option price would change. So you got to kind of figure out which one you want to deal with, especially if you buy a lot of them. Oh my goodness. And then target options that have the highest volume. And all that means is when you're coming in here hot and you're trying to find or pick one, this column's called volume. I have another one here called open interest. And you just kind of eyeball and see which one's the highest. And right now, the highest is this one right here. In this case, 16,000. And yeah, you just kind of decide what you want to do and go from there. Let's see. I think that's it. So yeah, I'm going to end right there. I'm going to end right there with today's day trade, SPY. And let's make a lot of money. Oh yeah, just real quick, just one more thing before I end the video. I want to show you. I'm going to export out my workspace for this. If you want to import it, all you have to do, the link will be in the comments on my Plex server, and I'll probably send it along with the video to ones who are interested. But yeah, if you're interested, just go to setup, go to the top, hit open shared item. And of course, you copy and paste my URL in this box here. Hit preview, and then you find it. You click it, hit import, and then you'll have all my workspace ready to go if you want to start trading SPY the way I show you in this video. All right, if you have any questions, obviously reach out, let me know. But otherwise, I'm happy trading, and let's make a lot of money.